KM4CAX, WB5DRI. Good morning, Jack. Well, you're sounding good this morning. You're about a 5'6", almost a 5'7" with me here, Jack, so good to hear you. How's everything else going there? Okay, Jack, well, hope you get all that taken care of, and sorry to hear about all that damage, but yeah, that was a bad storm, and all those hurricanes are really terrible when they come through. Even after they get inland, they can do a lot of damage, it seems. But anyway, good to hear you, and do you need to be a short timer this morning? Okay, we'll put you up at the top of the list there. Okay, it's about that time. It's 1500 UTC, 10 o'clock Central Time. Good morning to all. This is WB5DRI. Brian down here in San Antonio will be net control this morning for the Saturday edition of the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. I want to welcome all to the net. This net meets on this frequency, 14290 every day of the year, normally starting up about this time. We'd like to welcome all hams to the network, or to our net here. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, and veterans of all the military services, to include active, retired, and veterans of all the military services, to include pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews, and personnel, and anyone involved with military aviation or getting aircraft into the air or missiles into the air from all of the air branches of all of our military services. We also very much like to welcome visitors to the net. And you don't need to be involved with the military or aviation in order to check in. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devoted a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. To contact net control, we like to use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info. Let's see, we also have a very good website at www.airforcesplural.club.org. I repeat, airforcesplural.club.org, which has a lot of good information about our net and also our online application if you would like to join the group here, but that's not necessary in order to check in. Again, my call sign is WB5DRI, and my name is Brian, and I'm located down here in the Alamo City in San Antonio, Texas. Our format for this net is we take check-ins and we go down the list, allowing each station to give their reports, and then we go back for a second 73 round if there's time. And usually on Saturdays we have a lot of check-ins, but we have plenty of time usually, so we usually have a pretty extended network here. But good to hear everybody this morning. The list that I have so far off of NetLogger, and I want to thank N5BE for doing the NetLogger this morning. I have Jack, KM4CAX, over in Soperton, Georgia. Good morning again to you, Jack. I have W5PIX, who's mobile, Cliff, who's headed back to the house, I think. Good morning to you, Cliff. He's going back to Bulverde, Texas, from somewhere here locally. And I have our NetLogger N5BE, Lee. Good morning to you, Lee. I have John, WA6LJS, out in Humboldt, California. Good morning to you, John. I have Carl, KF7GJO, out in Sparks, Nevada. Good morning to you, Carl. I have Ray, WB2JJO, out in New Jersey. Good morning, Ray. I have Mike, KF0OPE, up in Nebraska there. Good morning to you, Mike. I have K4YDB, who is doing a live stream of the net here on YouTube. If you type in his call sign, K4YDB, do a search on that, his live stream will come up. And we also have a question of the day, which will be out there on his live stream, which I will mention here shortly. So good morning to you, Charlie. Thanks for what you do with your great live stream there. Then I have Joe. Good morning again, Joe, W5ABI out in Las Cruces. Then I have Russ, K8AF. Good morning to you, Russ. He's up in Washington State, I believe. And then I have our commander, K1BOB, Bob. Good morning to you, Bob. He's up in Boise, near Boise, Idaho. So good morning to you, Bob. Then I have my older brother, Dale, W5OG, who's up in northeast Texas and Mineola, Texas. Good morning, Dale, and love to Carolyn there and you, and hope everything is going well for you guys, and hope the weather is fairly pleasant up there. I'm sure it probably is a lot cooler than it will be down here today. But good morning. Then I have, looks like a visitor, W9JFK, great call sign there. And we'll have to see if we can't get him in there fairly soon here. Looks like his name is Joel, and he's in Michigan, I believe. So stick around, Joel, and we'll get you in there. Okay, that is the bottom of the list as I have it thus far. Do we have any additional check-ins? Any folks who would like to check in to the Air Force's Flyers Club net at this time? This is WB5DRI. Please call now. The station, good morning. I'm hearing you, but you're a little light. Can you come back again with your call sign?
Yeah, Brian, it's Kilo 10, Sierra Juliet Papa, with the beam on the ground.
I believe I copied Kilo 2, Sierra Juliet Papa. Is that correct, over?
Roger, it's Bob. So 6, Rising K, Kilo 6, Rising, Papa Kilo.
Yeah, K2SJP Bob there, Brian, W5OG.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Bob, K2SJP. Bob, you're a little light this morning. Are you copying me okay?
Yeah, I'm copying you real well, Brian, no problem. You're 10 over 9, but I got the beam still on the ground.
Okay, well, you're coming in okay now. I've got you well on the SDR here, Bob, so we got you on the list. Do you need to be a short timer or anything this morning?
Negative. We'll be here till the end.
Okay, well, we got you on the list there, Bob. Very good. Let's get a call out from Hamul. John, WA6LJS, could you put out a call, please, sir?
We'll call this WA6LJS relay for net control for the Saturday morning Air Force Flyers net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Call out. Nothing heard now, but earlier I heard a K6 something tried to check in, Brian.
Okay, well, let me stand by for him. Thanks, John. The K6 station, come back and give your call sign again, please. This is WB5DRI net control.
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
K4YDB, that was Kilo 6, Yankee Papa Kilo. I think he backed out, not sure. K4YPK, you still there? Yeah, he's scooted.
Okay, Bob, thank you very much for that. I do see we have a couple of other visitors here. Looks like Victor Echo 3 Hotel Papa Foxtrot Paul in Ohio. No, he's in Ontario. I'm sorry. He's a Canadian guy in Ontario. So we got you on the list there, Paul. So stick around. We'll try to get you in there toward the top. And then we have, looks like Team Plane 4, Bravo, Alpha Papa. So we'll try to get you in as well. And that would be John in Alabama, looks like. So John, we'll try to get you in toward the top as well. So stick around if you can. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get a call out from out east there. Charlie, could you put out a call, please? K4YDB, WB5DRI.
Well, I'd be happy to. This is K4YDB relaying for net control. We're looking for check-ins to the Air Force's Flyers Club net. Members or guests, please call now. It's all quiet here, Brian.
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. Let me go ahead and give the question this morning. I have a question that comes up. I think I'm not sure if we've talked about this in the past or not. We may have a long time ago, but I wanted to bring it up to honor all of those who passed away in World War II in combat. I'm not sure if I don't have the right live stream up for Charlie yet here, I don't think, but let me see if I can get it. Anyway, let me go ahead with the question. World War II combat was dangerous for all service members. When considering the total casualty rates for the following services, which service sustained the greatest casualty rate percentage of personnel killed in action? And the possible answers are Alpha, the U.S. Army Air Force, Army Air Corps, 8th Air Force, Bravo. Well, I should give that again. The first one is Alpha, the U.S. Army Air Corps, 8th Air Force, Bravo, the U.S. Marine Corps, Bravo, the U.S. Marine Corps, Charlie, the U.S. Army, Charlie, the U.S. Army, or Delta, the U.S. Navy. Delta, the U.S. Navy. Pretty straightforward. And the second one is a little tougher. The bonus question is, pick the 8th Air Force percentage killed in action. And the possible answers are Alpha, 7.42%, Bravo, well, I'll give Alpha again. Alpha is 7.42%, Bravo is 3.29%, Bravo is 3.29%, Charlie is 2.25%, Charlie is 2.25%, and Delta is 0.41%. So less than half a percent. Those are the possible answers for the bonus question, and the first question there. Does anybody need any repeats? WB5DRI, please call now. Okay, I don't hear anybody. Let's go ahead and get started. At the top of the list, we have Jack. We'll go ahead and take him first, and then we'll try to get our visitors in there if they've stuck around. Hopefully they've stayed with us here. KM4CAX, Jack, good morning again. Jack, you're up, sir. WB5 DRI. Okay, Jack, KM4CAX, WB5DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, Jack, and sure I'm sorry about all your damage there with all the trees down and everything. And I hope you get your internet back up soon, and have a good day there. And yeah, it's amazing how much we depend on the internet and our phones and electricity and all the other conveniences that we have, and it's tough when we lose those things, and those storms can sure mess up things in our lives, no doubt about it. But I hope you get all that back to normal soon, and your antenna is doing a pretty good job. If you're using your hex beam now on the roof there, laying on the roof, you're about almost a 5.8 with me, maybe even approaching a 5.9 at times. So still getting out there, Jack. And I got your answers there as Alpha and Delta. So we'll give you a 73 there, Jack. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time, possibly tomorrow. So 73 to you. Break with you. Let's move on here. Let's go to see if we can get our mobile station in there. If he's still mobile, he may be back at the house already. I don't know. But W5PIX, Cliff, good morning. You're up, sir. WB5 DRI.
Yes, I just driveway into the driveway. Alrighty, I'll go over with you.
Okay, Cliff. Well, it was good to see you at the club meeting, too. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk more there. W5PIX, WB5DRI. We got your answers here as Alpha and Bravo there, Cliff. So very good. And I know you're in the driveway, so you got to get into the house there. So I'll give you a 73s for now. We'll maybe talk to you later on the 73 round. Break with you. Let's move on. Let's see if we can get some of our visitors in there. The first one is the Canadian Paul up in Ontario, Victor Echo 3, Hotel Papa Foxtrot. If you're still with us, sir, you're up for the Flyers Club net, WB5DRI. Is anybody here in Paul? Well, I'm not here in Paul, so perhaps he's listening, or we'll give him a wave of the hand here and move on. Let's see, the next visitor that we'd like to get in there is going to be King Queen 4, Bravo Alpha Papa. And that's John in Alabama, KQ4 HBF. If you're, I'm sorry, I've got the call sign wrong there. It's King Queen KQ4 Bravo Alpha Papa, KQ4 BAP, John in Alabama. John, if you're still with us, you're up for the Flyers, WB5DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, John. Did you hear the questions this morning? Okay, I think I copied Bravo and Delta. Is that a Roger? Okay, real fine, John. We got you down for Bravo and Delta, and we'll see how that comes out. Good to have you with us this morning, and hope everything is going well for you there in Alabama, and hope you guys didn't have any damage from all the storms that we've had lately. But thanks for checking in with us, and check out our website at airforcesflyersclub.org. Let's see, let's go ahead and move on, break with you. Let's see who's up next here. I think we have another visitor that we wanted to try to get in there. That's Joel up in Michigan. Whiskey Bravo 9 JFK. I'm sorry, it's Whiskey 9 JFK up in Michigan there. Good to have you with us this morning, Joel. You're up for the Flyers, WB5DRI.
Brian, he shows checked out on the aim window right now.
Okay, well, thank you, Lee. We'll put him down for checked out, no response, and move on. I think that's all of our visitors from right now. I hope I've got that right. I think we're down to you, Lee. You're up, sir. N5BE, WB5DRI. Good morning again, Lee.
WB5DRI, N5BE. Good morning, Brian. I can hear you direct this morning, so that's a bonus. And good morning to everyone. There was a bit of trivia from yesterday's question that I wanted to make sure everyone knew about. And, the question is, was Canada ever a military nuclear power? And the answer is yes, they were. when they had the F-101 Voodoo, they had the Genie missile. So they had a nuclear-tipped missile. They flew NORAD missions with that aircraft and that missile. The missile was administered and maintained by a USAF squadron, and but they got to carry the missile. So, trivia question: they were a nuclear military power at one time. So, on today's question, oh boy, I'm going with Alpha and Alpha only because the casualty rate early, 43 and 44 on those bomber squadrons were just horrendous. And if you lost one airplane, that was 10 men right there. And some of those missions were just unbelievably bad. So I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha only because that's what I think it was, early on, and I think their chances of survival, if I remember the stats right, I may have this wrong, but I think in 43 and then early 44, I believe you had a 25% possibility of surviving 25 missions. Not good odds. So, good for those guys. Real heroes there. So that's my answer today, Brian. Alpha and Alpha, and thanks for tuning in today. WB5DRI N5B.
Okay, Lee, great stuff there. Appreciate all that. Yeah, you're exactly right. That was a very tough combat environment for all those flyers in World War II. No question about it. I got your answers there as Alpha. And again, thanks for all your help, Lee. You're doing a great job on the net logger there. It sure helps out with the net here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's go out to Hamul again, to another station with a great signal. And before I do that, Lee, I'm hearing you on my electric radio here direct this morning also. Pretty nice to be able to do that. John, WA6LJS, you're up, sir. Good morning again, WB5DRI.
Okay, thank you, Brian. WB5DRI, this is WA6LJS. Good morning to the net. Pretty good conditions today. So far, I'm hearing everybody on the local radio. Got the SDRs on, but don't really need them yet. And you're a good 10 over 9, Brian, as usual, coming in nicely. Well, it's a clear blue sky, plenty of sun, and 60 degrees here this morning, and we probably won't get much warmer than the low 80s, I think. So, and then we're going to have it might be warm tomorrow, but then starting Monday through next week, there's going to be a cooling trend, and we're going to be just in the mid-70s for a while. So that's going to be nice. Let's see, an answer to the question. Well, the first question, I think it's got to be either B or C, the Marine Corps or the Army. And of those, I'm going to choose Bravo. So put me down for Bravo, the U.S. Marines. And as far as the percentage of the Air Force loss, that's got to be either B or C. And I think I'm going to go with Bravo again, the 3.29%. So I'll go with Bravo, BB will be my answer. Thanks for running things, and back to you, WB5DRI, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, great signal this morning here, pushing the 9+ mark here with me. Very nice conditions here between us. Great signal, and good to hear you, John. And thanks for your help out there this morning on the relays. And we got you down for Bravo, and that cooler weather sure sounds great out there. Yeah, we're going to be getting some of that ourselves here in San Antonio, I think, starting probably next week. And it will probably be in the 80s instead of the low 90s like we're going to be here today. Anyway, Break with you, John. Let's go out to Nevada to Sparky out there in Carl in Sparks, Nevada. KF7GJO. Carl, you're up, sir. Good morning. WB5DRI.
Well, WB5DRI KF7GJO. Good morning, Brian and the group. It's a beautiful morning out there. After the net, I think I'm going to get out there and do the final mowing of the backyard this year. Our temperatures are historically high. Temperatures are finally starting to break, and I'm going to throw my money on Hardway 8 and guess that we're going to have a frost before this time next week. So I'll get out there and I'll cut that grass down real low and fertilize the front and backyard, and I should be finished with that routine until next spring. One can only hope. Anyway, interesting question there today. And did you come up with this one yourself, Brian, or did Lee send this to you? When you look at that, it says the greatest casualty rate percentage of personnel, KIA. And I'm going with answer B, the Marine Corps. They had a pretty rough time in WW2, but then you skip down for the bonus question the percentage of 8th Air Force percentage KIA, and that makes me wonder, did they have fewer people with a higher relative percentage rate than the Marine Corps? I'm going, my first choice was Bravo, so for the second bonus question, I'm going with A Alpha, 7.42%. It'd be interesting to see how good or bad that I did. So anyway, I'll be with you to the bottom, Brian. Did that this morning. WB5DRI, K7GJO.
Okay, Carl, good to hear you this morning. KF7GJO, WB5DRI. Well, you're booming in here. You're a solid S5 this morning. You're usually pretty strong. We usually have a pretty good pass, but you're sounding good from Sparks this morning, Carl. So, very good. And, on the final mowing, I'll be mowing my grass for a few more weeks here. We have kind of an extended summer mowing before our grass really starts to slow down, and we go a little bit dormant for the winter, but we'll see. A few more mowings, though, I think. But anyway, good to hear you this morning, Carl, and got you down for Bravo and Alpha there, so we'll see how that comes out. Yeah, the Marines had a tough time in all those islands out in the South Pacific there, no question about it. They did some very tough combat out there. Amazing what took place there. Anyway, good to hear you, Carl, and let's go ahead and move on, break with you. Let's go out to New Jersey to let's see, Ray out there, WB2JJO. You're up, Ray. Good morning. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI from WB2JJO. Well, good morning to you, Brian, and all the players on the net. Boy, I tell you what, I'm thankful for the Lumpkin XDR, because that's what I'm hearing everybody on. I'm not hearing too many guys on the electric radio. I can hear you from time to time, but it's not 100% copyable on the electric radio. But as far as the Lumpkin is concerned, for me, that's the place to be today. Anyway, Brian, excuse me. It's a beautiful sunny day here in southern New Jersey. We've got 75 beautiful degrees. Good day for working on antennas or cutting grass or doing whatever else you got to do out there. And you know what? I've been looking at I know it came up before, but I'm not too sure what the answers are, so I'm lost here. So I'm going to go with okay, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go with Bravo and Alpha. Bravo and Alpha, I think is the answer. I could be wrong on this one, but we'll give it a shot and then just see what it is. But anyway, you got a good signal on Livingston, that's for sure, and we'll turn it back over to you, sir, and thank you for the question. WB5 DRI from WB2JKO, and I'll be answering the vibe here, Brian. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Ray, very good. Well, you're coming in very, very well on the SDRs this morning, Ray, and solid copy. Good to hear you this morning, and I got your answers down there as Bravo and Alpha, so we'll see how that comes out. Let's go ahead and move on, break with you. Let's go up to Nebraska to Mike, KF0OPE. Mike, how's that new airplane working out for you? WB5DRI, good morning.
Well, good morning, Brian, and all the visitors and flyers on the net. The new airplane's working out great. It's hard not to like it. Really great performance and just a joy to fly. So it's working out really well. The weather here is beautiful again today. It's going to be about 78 with high clouds, but just gorgeous. And we're in for a cool down, back to kind of more normal fall weather. And I've got to get stuff winterized around here, outdoor stuff. So anyway, as to the question, I'm going to go with Alpha. I'm going to jump in line behind N5BE. I think he's probably correct there. So back to WB5DRI and KF0OPE.
Okay, Mike, KF0OPE, WB5DRI. Very good. I got you down for Alpha and Alpha. And good to hear you this morning, Mike, and glad you guys are experiencing some more moderate weather, and glad that new job and new airplane is working out great for you there. That's super. And let's see, I forgot to answer Carl's question there. Yeah, Carl, going back to KF7GJO, your question, Carl, this is my question and not Lee's. It's not meant to be a tricky question, but it's my question that I came up with from one of my recent books that I read. So anyway, good to hear you this morning, Mike, and let's move it on here. Break with you. Let's go to our live stream station there. I think he's next up. K4YDB, yes, Charlie, out in Cartersville, Georgia. Thanks for all you do there, Charlie. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Brian. Morning to all the flyers out there and all the visitors. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Right now, it is currently 65 degrees here. Supposed to get back up into the low 80s today, and then next week we're going to go through a cooling trend. It's supposed to get down into the 30s. Actually, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think it is 38. That's what they're forecasting. So just have to wait and see what happens, because I'm ready to put my mower away. I really don't want to have to mow grass again if I don't have to. I know it's getting a little bit tall now, but I think it'll be all right for another week. But right now, as far as conditions go, everybody's coming in pretty good over here. I'm hearing just about everybody. Cliff, I had a hard problem with. I guess he's still mobile. He was barely in there. K4YS Tom is over here in the chat this morning, and he gave his answers at Bravo and Alpha. As far as the question goes, I think I'm going to go with, because I saw the documentary on the 8th Air Force and what they had to encounter and what they were tasked with having to do. And I know that they lost a lot of airplanes and a lot of men. They were showing all the numbers lined up there, and I was really surprised to see that much Air Force numbers in there. But anyway, I'm going to go with Alpha on the first, and because of the kill, I think I'm going to go with Alpha on the second. So I'm going to go with Lee, Alpha and Alpha. WB5DRI K4YDB. I'm back to net.
Okay, Charlie, K4YDB, WB5DRI. Well, very good, Charlie, and your normal S9 plus signal with me here this morning. Good signal coming in here from Cartersville, so good to hear you. And we got your answers there as Alpha and Alpha. Looks like we've got kind of a line starting here. We'll see. Break with you. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go out to Las Cruces. Joe, W5ABI. Good morning again. Joe, you're up, sir. WB5DRI.
Yeah, WB5DRI and the Flyers. W5ABI. Good morning, Brian. Thanks for running the net. Beautiful day here, clear blue skies. We're at 68, supposed to go up to 93, so summer's not leaving. It's still in the 90s. We're about 10 degrees over our high temp here, so it's the same way last year, so I don't know. Anyhow, it's still comfortable. Let me see, boy, on the answer to your question. I think I'm going to go with Bravo on the first one, Alpha on the second one, and we'll be here at the bottom. WB5DRI, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, very good. W5ABI, WB5DRI. Well, you're still holding up a great signal here in San Antonio, Joe. So very good to hear you this morning. And I got you down for Bravo and Alpha. So we'll see how that comes out. Let's go ahead and move on here. Let's go up to Washington State to Russ there. K8AF. Russ, good to have you back on the net with us this morning. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI from K8AF. Good morning, Brian. Yeah, I've been real busy with work, so I haven't been able to check on for the last few weeks. So, but I'm going to retire at the end of the year, so hopefully I'll have more time to spend with you guys. And I'm looking forward to that. For the questions, I'm going to go with Alpha and Bravo. And beautiful weather in central Washington. A little chilly this morning. We had some frost. It's 35 now, and it's going to get up to 74 today. So beautiful day out here. And thanks for doing the net. Everybody sounds good. I got to get off right now because I got to run down to Yakima. There's a ham club meeting down there that I was going to go attend, so I got to get on the road, but I will say 73 to everybody, and hopefully I'll be on more next week. WB5DRI.
Okay, Russ, very fine. K8AF, WB5DRI. Well, have a great day up there, Russ, and enjoy your ham club meeting there in Yakima, and the weather sounds fine up there. It's nice to have it cooling down, and we're going to get a little of that eventually down here in the south, but it's going to take a little longer for us. But anyway, you got your answers there, Russ, is Alpha and Bravo, so we'll see how that comes out. And have a great day there, and enjoy your ham club meeting. I just had one of those myself this week on last Thursday night. So anyway, break with you. Looks like we're down to our commander here, K1BOB up in near Boise. Good morning, sir. You're up, Bob, WB5DRI.
Good morning, Brian. And yeah, you've sunk to new depths there, all the way down to me. I got in a little bit late. I got tied up with a few things. Anyway, elk were two bull elk were out this morning. That's our alarm clocks some morning, so they do their thing. And it's really cool down here. It's 34 this morning. It's only 39 now. And overcast. I hope it gets a little bit better by tonight, because tonight that comet is, I forgot the name of it. It's supposed to be in the western sky. Unfortunately, where the sun goes down. So look to the west tonight. You might see that comet.
comet. It should be quite visible actually if you get the conditions for it. Anyway, let's see the questions here. Well, interesting. You not only wanted the casualty, you didn't want the casualty rate. You wanted a percentage of the casualties, a subset of killed, not just casualties, but killed, which is a casualty unto itself, and also a death, I guess. Casualty is obviously anybody that can't fight any longer, like with a broken leg. So I thought, I was thinking Bravo for a while there, and then I said, wait a minute, the 8th Air Force. More movies are made out of the death and struggles of the bombers there, Bomber Command. So I'm going to go with A. I think that would have to be it. 8th Air Force in particular. There's only 2 more to get honorable mention of more casualties. Well, it's not really funny, but that would be kamikaze pilots, a much higher death rate. And if you didn't do it in your airplane, you would have died by the sword when you got out or from shame. And that was followed actually by German submariners, which was very, very high also. So those were the 2 worst, but probably coming in third perhaps is the bombers in World War II. And so I think it's A, and I was going to, whether it was Marine Corps or flyers, I figure it's going to be one of the highest percentage rates you had up there. Some of those are very small percentage rates. So I'm going to go AA. That is my answer here with original thinking. Let's see. I think that's about it here, Brian. I'm going to take an ATV in tomorrow after the net. Or I'm sorry, Monday after the net. So I'll be up for Monday, and I might have a fresh new question about the war in Pacific. I'm just researching it right now. But it's, the way it came to me was kind of weird. And I'll talk about that on Monday. Anyway, thank you very much, Brian. Good to hear everybody. Charlie, thank you for the stream. It makes life easy when you keep referring back to the question or read it a few times, because you got to read those questions well. I learned that. I'm getting better at it. Anyway, back to you, Brian. K4YDB here. Thanks for running the net. S9 here.
Okay, Bob. Well, you're the same with me here. K4YDB, WB5DRI. Good signal here, and Bob, I have to say I enjoyed your the picture you sent me of your of the northern lights there over your hex beam there. Beautiful. It's amazing some of the beautiful things we see in the night sky at times. I haven't seen the northern lights myself in quite a few years, but that was really pretty. But thanks for that, and I'll have to check out that comet tonight if I remember to do that. But it's fun to see those things as well. But anyway, I got your answer there, Bob. Is alpha an alpha? So we'll see how that comes out. You're going to get in the lemming line here. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's go to up to northeast Texas to my older brother Dale. Good morning again, Dale, and hope you and Carol are doing well. You're up, sir. W5OG, WB5DRI.
All right, Brian, mighty fine. WB5DRI, W5OG. Very good morning again to everyone on the net. From here in East Texas, where it's a beautiful morning again. Cool nights, warm days. Very pleasant this time of the year here. But it's, the warm days are up to like 90 degrees. It's a comfortable 90 though. It's not, you can do pretty much anything you want to outside. So yeah, it has cooled down, and but it's warm. And, that's kind of nice. I'd like to see it continue on for a while. Because what I'm afraid of is all of a sudden going to turn cold. Let's see, another comment, Mike, in that new airplane, you were talking about KF0OPE, Mike, you were talking about enjoying it. Don't enjoy it so much that you do like those guys that, I think it was the T-38, that they were flying at night and they got down rat racing around, and they saw a train out on the plains there. So they dropped down low level, going the other way toward the train, turned on their landing light, and all the engineers bailed out. So you don't want to take it that far. But enjoy that new airplane, Mike. As far as the answer, I guess getting more serious now to your question, Brian. Yeah, I had already picked Alpha, and then Lee kind of solidified it for me, but I'm not sure about the percentage, but I expect it's a pretty high percentage, uncomfortably high. And I'll be here at the bottom this morning. Beautiful morning, and got my G5 RV redone yesterday, and it's about as high as I'm going to get it now, and it's pretty high. It's out in the clear there again. Got new poly rope on it, and it's probably good for another windstorm or two. I hope so. Back to you, Brian. I'll be here to the bottom. WB5DRI, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, W5OG, WB5DRI. Well, you're sounding great this morning, Dale. I'm hearing you very, very well on the SDRs. I think we're just too close for a pass this morning. But good to hear you there, and glad you got your G5 RV all set the way you want it there. Yeah, it's a great antenna. If you have it up, it doesn't actually have to be all that high. Mine is only about 35 feet at the center there. So anyway, good to hear you, Dale. And we got your answers there as well, Alpha and Alpha. So let's go ahead and move on here. Let's go down and find out how Bob is doing. Bob, hope you and your wife are doing well now. And is she out of the hospital? Is Rosalie out of the hospital yet? K2SJP, WB5DRI.
Good morning to you, Dale. I'm Tuffy, Brian, and Dale, and everybody else. Good morning to you guys. Well, we were out looking for gas again, and there is no gas. So maybe later on, I went into the Walmart station because I am down to almost nothing, so I can't go looking around anymore. So it's either Walmart or I'm not getting it. I'm going to be walking. So I'm going to go there later on and see if they end up getting any. But when they said they were coming in with it yesterday, it never happened. So we'll never get the XYL. We will be in there until Monday. And hopefully we'll get her out by then. Let's see, we have 79 degrees on the bright sunny. We picked up all the twigs and branches and leaves and bugs and bugs and bugs. And we got everything small. So that's done. When I get off of here and when I get off of Echolink, I'm going to go pull the rotator out of the tower and open that up and find out about that part. So that's what we're doing. On the question, I'm somewhat familiar with that. So of course, the U.S. Air Force did not exist until September 18th, 1947. That was after World War II, so the answer would be Alpha, since aircraft were the main casualties. It would be the U.S. Army Air Corps, Alpha. And the percentage is definitely higher than the 3s or the 2s. Again, so the second answer is Alpha, unfortunately. Alpha and Alpha. I'm going along with the rest of you lemmings on that one, that's for sure. Thank you, Brian, and thank
Okay, Bob, very good. K2SJP, WB5DRI. Good to hear you this morning, Bob. You got your answers there. It's Alpha and Alpha. And I hope your wife is doing well there. I know she was in the hospital for quite a few days there, and hopefully she's recovering and she'll be home soon there. Let's go ahead and move on here. Let's go break with K2SJP. Let's move down and see who's up next here. It looks like it's Chief Mike up in Oklahoma City, WW5ENZ. Good morning, Mike. You're up, sir. WB5DRI. Okay, WB5DRI, WW5ENZ here. Yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff this morning. I had to get the cars washed and everything. And my daughter's coming to visit tomorrow. She'll be here for a week, so we'll have some fun. But I needed everything to look like, I keep it maintained sharp anyway. Got everything washed and cleaned up. As far as the question goes, I just now pulled it up, so I'm not really sure here. But I'm thinking, man, I don't know. I'm tending to lean towards Alpha. I know the Army had the most casualties of both branches, but then I know that the air part of that was about half, so it was a big. So that's why I was thinking USAAC. Yeah, and I was in the 8th Air Force for quite a long time in my career, so kind of proud of that, and we had a pretty good reputation even then, back in the 70s. So, all right, I'll just not talk so much, and I'll just go with Alpha. I think there's quite a few there already, so I guess I'm in good company, even if I'm wrong. Okay, so Brian, the great net today, I can hear pretty much everybody locally. I don't even have an SDR on, so of course I didn't have time to get all that set up, but that's okay. And everybody, hopefully having a great weekend, and anybody recovering from all the floods and damages, I hope they're doing well too. So I'll turn it back to you, Brian, and put me down for AA, WW5ENZ. Okay, Mike, very good. WW5ENZ, WB5DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, Mike, and I'm hearing you very well on the SDRs here. And we got your answers as Alpha, and very good on being in the 8th Air Force for a while, so pretty neat. Let's see. Break with you. I want to recognize Tom out there in Alabama, K4YES, who's receive only. And I got your answers there, Tom, as Bravo and Alpha. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Looks like we'll give you a wave of the hand there. And let's go on to Art out in Arizona. Whiskey X-Ray 7, Lima. In New River, Arizona. Art, you're up, sir. WB5DRI, good morning. Is Art talking?
He's talking, Brian. Yeah, I can hear you fine, Art, WX7 Lima. He said Alpha and Alpha, Brian, W5OG with a relay.
Okay, Dale, thank you for that. I wasn't hearing Art. Art, I'm not hearing you this morning, but I didn't have a chance to move the SDRs around. I probably would have heard you there, I'm sure. But good to have you with us this morning. And I got your answers there as Alpha and Alpha, so very good. Let's go ahead and move on here. Break with you. Let's go to, it looks like a visitor here. K6 Charlie Sierra Golf, K6 CSG Chris out in Fallbrook, California. Chris, good morning. You're up for the net. WB5 DRI. He turned it. Okay, I thought he did there. I was hearing him on the SDR finally there, but good to have you with us there, Chris, from Fallbrook in California. And thanks for checking in with us. I didn't get his answers. Did he have an answer to the question? I don't think he did. Over. John, did you hear him answer the question there, WA6LJS?
No, I didn't hear the answer.
Chris, K6 CSG W5OG. Did you have an answer to the question, Chris? I was hearing him fine. K6 CSG, do you have an answer for the question this morning, Chris? Over. I guess he's not hearing me, Brian. Back to net.
Okay, real fine. Thank you for that. Thanks for the relays, guys. I finally did hear him pretty well on the SDRs there. Chris, I was hearing you well on the SDRs. Sorry, you were a little light at the start on my radio, but I was hearing you on my radio. But good to have you with us this morning, Chris. And thanks for checking in with us and from Fallbrook there. And come back and join us again whenever you can. We're on here every day starting up at 10 o'clock Central Time. So break with K6 CSG. I want to give a wave of the hand to, wait a minute, he's not receive only. Let me see if we can get Steve in there, our tailhook Navy guy. P6PX. Good morning, Steve. WB5DRI. You're up, sir. Okay, very good, Steve. K6PX, WB5DRI. Well, I was hearing you very, very well on my radio this morning, Steve. So very good. Good to hear you. And we got your answers as Alpha and Alpha. And yeah, I don't know about that old Oaken bucket. I'm going to have to check that out and see. I know that was coming up. I'm not sure if they played that game already. I should have checked on that earlier to see exactly what the date was on that. I'm not sure. If they played it already, I'm not sure who won. So come back and tell me if they played the game and if Purdue won or IU won. Over. Okay, real fine, Steve. Yeah, IU actually has a pretty good team this year. Steve, Purdue may be in jeopardy of losing the old Oaken bucket there, for sure. we'll see how that comes out. But got your answers there, Steve. Very good, and good to hear you this morning. Glad you were able to check in with us, and conditions are pretty good this morning. So sure glad to have you out there with us. Break, that is the bottom of the list as I have it. Do we have any last minute check-ins before I give the answers to these questions? Over. I'm hearing a kilo 5. Can you come back? What was the suffix there, over? I think I copied kilo 5, Sierra Yankee. Is that correct? Oh, I'm sorry. I got you, Chris. The other station, stand by. I think there's a kilo 4 in there as well. KS5KY. Chris, go ahead and take your turn, Chris. Good to hear you. WB5DRI. Okay, Chris, very good. You probably didn't hear the questions this morning, I wouldn't think, but good to have you with us, and drive safe there, and have a great day out there near Bowling Green there. So let's go ahead and move on. There was another station trying to check in. The other station, please call now, WB5DRI. I think it's Kilo Bravo 4, is that correct? Well, I got the suffix Kilo Radio India, but I don't think I got the prefix correct there. Dale, are you hearing him any better, W5OG?
I can hear the Charlie's there, but I can't make out the call sign either, Brian.
Kilo Papa 4, Brian.
That's what I thought. I heard, must be in Puerto Rico. Kilo Papa 4, Kilo Radio India. Can you give us your name and your location there in Puerto Rico? Okay, very fine. I hear that you're in Florida there and you're running 100 watts. I didn't get your name. Can you give me your name, please? I missed it. I'm sorry. Can you give us your handle, over? Okay, Roberto, very fine. Well, I got your handle, or I got your name there finally. So good to have you with us there from Florida there, and come back and join us again whenever you can. I'm hearing you light on the radio, but you're in there, and I'm hearing you on the SDR pretty well also. So anyway, thanks for joining us this morning. That is the bottom of the list as I have it. I think I'll go ahead and give the answers to these questions, and then we can go back for a second 73 round. Let's see. The answers this morning, many of you, I didn't fool too many folks here. It was amazing to me to read that the 8th Air Force actually had the highest casualty rate of any of the services during World War II, but they did. The answers were Alpha and Alpha, and I want to read a little bit from, I found this in books by Gerald Astor, The Mighty Eighth, about the 8th Air Force, and he says that a total of 350,000 airmen, and that's all the folks that were on the ground supporting the air crews as well, served with the 8th Air Force in England, and of this number, 26,000 were killed, or 7.42%. Compared to the percentages of the other military branches, U.S. Marines, 3.29%, the U.S. Army, 2.25%, and the Navy, 0.41%. The Air Corps sustained the heaviest losses. More airmen with the 8th Air Force lost their lives than in the entire Marine Corps, whose enrollment included 250,000 more people. Strictly measuring the mortality rate for the 210,000 air crewmen, the casualty figure soars to 12.38%. And in addition, 21,000 men from the 8th Air Force wound up in POW camps. Of those who flew the original 25 mission bomber tour in 42-43, just 35% survived. So there was a tremendous casualty rate for those flyers in the 8th Air Force, especially early in the war. In the 25 to 30 mission requirements, after they changed the requirements to, they upped the number of mission requirements to 30 of 1944, they saw 66% completed, and by 1945, 81% of the combatants flew their full 35 engagements. So it was a tremendously dangerous environment, especially at the beginning of the war, all the way up until 1945, and of course they were still experiencing losses all the way up to the end of the war. But the Germans ran out of pilots primarily. They had plenty of airplanes, and they were good airplanes, and they were brand new airplanes, and they were producing them at a tremendous rate at the end of the war, but they just didn't have any pilots. The average pilot experience for their pilots toward the end of the war was like 1 hour a week, and that's not enough training to be proficient in, of course, in an aircraft, any kind of a fighter aircraft. So they were pretty much outgunned when they came up to challenge all the hundreds of fighters that we had by that time over the European theater. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed that question this morning and learned something. I certainly did. When I ran across this, I would have thought that the Marines were the ones who sustained the most casualties percentage-wise in World War II. But that was not the case, and they had more folks involved in the war than did the 8th Air Force, so kind of interesting. Anyway, hope we can get a 73 round in right quick. Let's see if we can do that. Let's go back to the top of the list there. Let's see if W5PIX is on his home station there. Cliff, if you're in there, you're up for the 73 round. WB5 DRI. Well, I heard somebody, but I don't think it was Cliff there. The station calling. Can you come back? WB5 DRI.
Yeah, Kilo Delta 7, Oscar Golf. Nova, Arizona. Here's the answer.
Frequency is in use.
And we've got a net in progress here. Let's go ahead and move on. This is net control for the Flyers Club net, WB5 DRI. Let's go ahead and go to Lee, N5BE. Wait a minute, before I do that, let's see if John is still in there. Let's get our visitor there in King Queen 4, Bravo Alpha Papa, and see if he's still with us this morning. You're up for the 73 round there, John. WB5 DRI. Okay, I'm not sure if that was John or not. I thought that might have been another station there. Anyway, 73s, and let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Let's go to N5BE. I know he's still in there. Lee, congratulations on being the first one to sniff out the answer here. WB5 DRI.
Yeah, WB5 DRI N5B. Well, Brian, that was kind of in my wheelhouse there, so thanks for the question. Hey, I'm not sure what Jack's status is for tomorrow for the net. I'm gonna put myself on standby, and I did a question this morning during breakfast, just in case. I'll send that to Charlie, just to make sure we've got something for tomorrow. But I'm going to pencil myself in, stand by for the net tomorrow. All right, Brian, we'll see you. Thanks. Great net today. Enjoyed it. WB5 DRI N5B 73.
Okay, Lee, 73 is to you, and appreciate you being on standby for the net in case Jack is not able to take it tomorrow. I have a feeling that he won't be able to do that, since he probably can't turn his antenna at all. And I'm not sure where it's actually oriented there for him to be able to take the net. But very good on getting the answers correct there, Lee, and thanks for all the help this morning with NetLogger. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to John out in the moon. WA6LJS, WB5 DRI.
Yeah, I've heard somebody call it CQ in there. Thanks, Brian. WB5DRI, this WA6LJS. Good net, good question, and thanks for running things, and we'll be on here tomorrow when either Leon or Jack has the net. 73s, WB5DRI, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, 73 is to you. Maybe we'll talk to you guys tomorrow over on Echolink on our conference node AFFC after the conclusion of this net. But thanks for all your help this morning, John. And let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's go out to Carl out in Sparks, Nevada there. And Carl, I would have answered the Marines myself if I hadn't read this book about the percentages and about the mighty 8th Air Force there. But they sure had a high loss rate at the start of the war. KF7 GJO, you're up, Carl, for the 73 round. WB5 DRI. Okay, Carl. Well, good day to you, sir, and thanks for joining us this morning. Break with KF7 GJO. Let's go back out to New Jersey to Ray. WB2JJO. Ray, you're up for the 73 round. WB5 DRI.
WB5 DRI from WB2JJO. Well, very good there, Brian. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I was thinking the same way you was as far as Bravo and Alpha was concerned, but at least I got 50% anyway on the answer. But I definitely did learn something today. You know, and I looked at the question, and actually the second bonus question actually gave the answer because he mentioned the 8th Air Force. So if I was smart, I would have put A and A together. But oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Well, anyway, fantastic net as usual. Good questions, good research. I definitely appreciate that. And like I said, this is one educational net. I really love it. So Brian, have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you further on down the line, as you say. W5DRI, WB2JJO, and God bless America.
Okay, Ray, very good. WB2JJO. Well, 73 is to you, Ray, and you have yourself a great weekend too there. But good to hear you this morning, and good to have you with us here. Break with you. Let's go on to Mike up in Nebraska. KF0OPE, also with the correct answer. Mike, you're up for the 73 round. WB5 DRI.
Well, good net today, Brian, and a good question. I always enjoy World War II questions. I got to get out of here. I'm going to go to Omaha and see the grandkids this afternoon. So 7-3s, guys. Have a great day. Maybe catch you tonight on the round table. KF0OPE over to WB5DRI in the net.
Okay, Mike. Well, very good. Yeah, enjoy those grandkids. That's the best part of our lives is getting together with family and the grandkids. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday, and so we're all going to get together over at my retired Marine son's house, my youngest son. So it's going to be fun. I think we'll have the whole family, and it'll be a fun get-together. Anyway, 73 is to you, Mike. Have a great day there. Break with you. Let's go to Charlie out in Cartersville. Thanks for all your help, Charlie, with the live stream. K4YDB, also with the correct answer. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K4YDB. Well, thanks, Brian. It was a good net today. It was a good question. That one there, when I posted it, I knew the answer right away because I saw the documentary on it. But it's been about a year, so I don't know the exact numbers or anything like that. Anyway, 73s, everybody. Everybody have a good day. I'm going to go enjoy the afternoon outside. It's going to be really pleasant. It's K4YDB. Back to net.
Okay, Charlie, very good. Well, enjoy the nice weather over there. And 73 is to you, sir. And thanks again for all your help. Break with K4YDB. Let's go back out to Las Cruces. Joe, W5ABI. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
Yeah, WB5DRI, W5ABI. Good net, Brian. Thanks for running it. 73s to you and all the flyers. WB5DRI, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, 73 is to you.
Break with W5ABI. Let's go to K8AF and see if he's still in there up in Washington. Well, he may have checked out. I think he gave his 73s already. I'm sorry. I'll just give him a wave of the hand. I think he's gotten off with us, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's try our commander. I know he's still in there with us. Also with the correct answer there. Congratulations. Bob, K1BOB, WB5DRI.
Okay, Brian, K1BOB, great net, and, well, I got it right, huh? It was kamikaze pilots. That was a write-in. That was a write-in answer. Anyway, that comment, you should be able to see it tonight. It won't be the brightest thing in the world, but you'll be able to see it in the western sky just above the horizon, and it will rise each night up until the 21st, where it'll be pretty high. So Meg and I, probably binoculars would be good, or if you're going to, I'm going to set up a spotting scope for Lynn to look off the balcony here to the west. Anyway, the sunset might bother you and cloud cover, but that's all here, Brian. Thank you. Be on Echo Link, and thanks for running a great net. Interesting question and feedback there. K1BOB, back to WB5DRI.
There in near Boise, and I'm hearing something on the SDRs this morning now. I don't know what the heck it is, but anyway, it didn't cause you any problem at all, Bob. So anyway, 73 to you. Let's go. We're going back to my older brother there up in Mineola, W5OD, also with the correct answers there. Dale, you're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
Okay, Brian. I find good net, enjoyed it as always, and yeah, good football games on this afternoon, so it should be a fun Saturday. And we will see you all perhaps tomorrow, or maybe on the Echo Link, and I'll be on there just for a short time after the HF portion here, and then I'll listen around to see if anybody shows up for the roundtable this afternoon, after things settle down a bit, perhaps. And maybe we'll know the outcome of the Red River Shootout by then. That should be fun. All right, 7-3, guys. We'll see you all later. W5OG, back to net.
Okay, Dale, very good. W5OG, WB5DRI. Yeah, we've got the big game between Texas and Oklahoma today, and I won't tell you what they say down here about Oklahoma, but anyway, we'll see who the best team win. It's always a good competition between those two, for sure. A big rivalry there, so it'll be a fun game. So 73 to you, Dale. And maybe we'll talk to you some more on Echo Link there. Break with you. Let's go. Let's see who's up next. It looks like we're back to Chief Mike, also with the correct answers there. WW5ENZ. Mike, you're up. WB5DRI.
Okay, WB5DRI, WW5ENZ. Yeah, it's conditions are really got crappy. So anyway, everybody have a great day. I can barely hear anyone, but there's a lot of interference on both sides of us. So WW5ENZ 73. All in. Have a great weekend.
Okay, real friend, Mike. 73 to you, and I think I skipped over Bob there. K2SJP. Bob, you're up for the 73 round, also with correct answers. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K2SJP. Thanks for running the net, Brian, and we'll see you guys over on Echo Link. This K2SJP, back to net.
Okay, Bob, very good. 73 to you. We'll talk to you some more on Echo Link there. Break with you. Let's see if I want to give a wave of the hand again to Tom out there in Alabama. We'll give him a 73. I hope you have a good day there, Tom. And break with you. Let's see if our Channahawk Navy guys still in there. We got 2 others here before we get down to him, it looks like. So,
about that. Let's go to Art, also with correct answers. Whiskey X-Ray 7, Lima Lima. Art, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Okay, Art. Well, thanks for the happy birthday wishes there. 73 to you. Have a great day there in Arizona there. And Two River, I think. So, 73 to you. We're breaking with Whiskey X-Ray 7 Lima Lima. Let's try our other California station this morning in Fallbrook, K4YDB. Chris, K6CST, if you're still in there, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Well, I'm not hearing Chris, so we'll give him a 73, and let's see if our tailhook Navy guy is still there. Steve, if you're still with us, K6PX, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Okay, Steve, well, have a great day there, and thanks for joining us this morning. Break with K6PX. Let's try Chris up in Bowling Green, KS5KY. You're up for the 73 round, Chris, WB5 DRI. I don't have any copy on Chris. Is anybody copying Chris? Okay, let's go ahead and move on here. Let's try our station in Puerto Rico. Kilo Papa 4, Kilo Romeo India. Roberto, if you're still with us in Florida there, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Well, that is the bottom of the list as I have it. Do we have any additional stations who would like to check into the Flyers, Air Force's Flyers Club net? Please call now. This is WB5 DRI. Okay, I copied a couple of stations there. The first one was Kilo Charlie 6 Hotel November Foxtrot. Do I have that correct? Over. I copied your name there as Jim, and I think you're in California. Where are you located there, Jim? No, you kind of faded down on me there, Jim. I apologize. Can somebody relay his location? Oh, Dallas, Georgia. Okay, very good, Jim. Well, good to have you with us this morning. And anything else for our net there? Well, I think you said you were in the Air Force there. I'm not sure, I'm not positive that, Jim, you're a little light with me, but thank you for your service there, and thanks for checking in with us this morning. And we'll give you a 73s. We're right at the bottom of our net, all right? Just about ready to close down here. I'll give you a 73s there in Dallas, Georgia, and I hope you have a great day out there. And thanks for checking us out. And do come back and join us again when you can. We're on here every day, starting up at 10 o'clock Central Time on this frequency. So 73s to you. Break. Let's go to the. There's another station calling Alpha Delta Station. WB5DRI. KJ4. Something Alpha Delta. What was your prefix or your suffix? Oh, okay, Brian, I got you that time just fine. KJ4, Alpha Delta in Georgia also. Good to have you with us, Brian. And what else do you have for our net? Anything? WB5DRI. Okay, Brian, well, thanks for checking in with us, and you have a good day out there in Georgia as well. 73s to you. Break, that is the bottom of the net. Did I miss any stations when we went through? Oh, looks like we picked up a couple more stations on net logger. W7ASH and KG5PTE. Let's take Bob first. W7ASH, Bob. Glad you were able to check in with us this morning. Good morning, WB5DRI. Go ahead and take your turn, Bob. Okay, Bob, very fine. W7ASH, WB5DRI. Well, we'll look forward to hearing you back on here again, Bob, when you get back there. So 73s to you, and have a great day and a great trip there. Break with you. Let's go to James down in, or up, I should say, north of me in Belton, Texas. KG5PTE. James, good morning. You're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI. Is anybody here, James?
He said on the AIM window, he says he's just listening, Brian.
Oh, okay, John. Sorry, I missed that. I've got my AIM window covered up here. I didn't see that, but I see that now. And we'll give you 73s there, James, and over in listening in Kerrville, and maybe we'll talk to you on Echolink there if you have a chance to get on Echolink. Very good to have you out there listening this morning. 73s to KG5PTE. And that is the bottom of the list here, and I think we're at the bottom of the net. So I'm going to go ahead and close this thing out and switch over to Echolink to AFFC. All stations are welcome to join us over there on our conference node on Echolink for a few minutes as well. I've enjoyed being net control this morning for the Flyers Club net. I want to wish everybody a good day. 73s to all. God bless our country. God bless the USA. God bless our troops. And God bless all here joined on the net today. Everybody have a great day out there. 73s, WB5DRI. I will be clear and relinquishing the frequency back to whoever would like it. WB5DRI clear. I think there's a Mexican station calling me. This is WB5DRI. Alright. Yeah, I didn't get your call sign though. What was your call sign? I think I copied X-ray Echo 1 something Delta. X-ray Echo 1 Yankee Delta something? X-ray Echo 1 Yankee Echo? I'm sorry, old man. I'm just not making your call sign out correctly. I'm sorry. I'm just not able to get it right there. Can you come back one more time and give it to me slowly there? No worry. No worry. I think I have contact my 17 from the second city. Excellent. Echo 1. Yankee. Hotel. Zulu. Okay, I got it that time. X-ray Echo 1, Yankee Oscar Zulu. Well, very good. 73, hasta pronto. Nice to hear you this morning there. What was your name, over? Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. What was your name? The name here is Brian. I'm in San Antonio. This is WB5DRI. Over. Okay, old man. Well, 73s, we'll talk to you the next time, and you can have the frequency if you would like. WB5DRI clear.